This tunnel you are seeing is not an ordinary tunnel, rather, it is the world's longest tunnel passing beneath the seabed. It is located approximately 250 feet below the ocean floor and has a length of 50 kilometers. Engineers call it the seventh wonder of the world due to its remarkable construction. The main reason behind its fame is the challenging task of having 13,000 workers simultaneously working under extreme conditions and that parts of the earth where the entire weight of the sea rests. A small mistake can flood the tunnel with water, burying all the workers and machinery permanently in just a matter of seconds. Viewers, in ancient times, around 13,000 years ago, when the Ice Age was ending, it separated England and Europe from each other. The reason for this separation was a part of this sea, which is now called the English Canal. Although the English Canal is quite wide, but at this specific point, England and France are only 33 kilometers apart from each other. Many attempts have been made in the past to eliminate these distances, but after many lives were lost, these experiments were stopped because the technology was very limited. But at the end of the 20th century, when the technology was advancing towards its peak, then once again it was thought to connect France and England. This era was 1980s when it was not difficult to make even big machinery, and apart from the machinery there was another challenge, and that was to convince England. Because this English Channel was the reason England served many wars. From Napoleon to Hitler, several enemies of England attempted to seize control of this channel, but failed. After Hitler's death and the end of World War II, Europe experienced significant changes. Business, prosperity, and happiness started everywhere. France and England, once fierce enemies, now began trades across this channel. As time passed, in 1986, both countries decided to make the decision to remove this barrier and bring England and France together. After several months of long discussion, both countries reached an agreement to build a tunnel under the sea, and this tunnel was named Channel Tunnel, and some people also called it Eurotunnel. It was also found in the contract that both countries will construct the tunnel from their side, and both the tunnel will be connected at the center point. This tunnel seemed to be a failure before the start. This tunnel seemed to be a failure before to start because it was not the easy task for one company to build a 38-kilometer tunnel under the sea. Finally, it was found that 10 different engineering companies joined together to build this channel. Before making the channel tunnel, it was important to know which transport will run in this tunnel and where will it start and where will it end. In the mutual agreement, it was found that a train will be run in this tunnel. One of its terminals is in the France city, Calais, while there will be a second terminal at Folkestone in England, and the length of the tunnel will be 56 km, in which the part under the sea will be 38 km. Work on the terminal was started in 1986. The biggest problem for the engineers was the boring machine, and that too 50 feet wide. In order to solve this problem, the engineers made a contract with the Robinson Company in the Washington state of the United States to make the machine, who were expert in making such machines. After the machine was built, it was 800 feet long and weighed 1500 tons and had a diameter of 50 feet, and hundreds of tungsten carbide plates were placed in front of this machine, and the hydraulic jacks in this machine pushed the machine forward to remove the rock and soil. A belt was installed in this machine for extraction of materials, and this machine was a wonder in itself. From the survey, it was found that there is a chalk layer in the bottom of the sea on the England side, which will stop the leakage, while on the French side there are cracks under the sea, in which this machine will not work. Another machine will have to be made for the French side, which will be different from this machine and able to stop the leakage. by using the chalk layer. After 2 years, both machines are completely ready, and in 1988, the digging was started. Several weeks passed and then months. The tunnel was advancing from both sides. Everyone was waiting when these two tunnels will meet. This task, which looks very easy, but this was actually a very difficult task. If the two machines didn't move in the right direction, so these two tunnels will never meet. Laser beam guidance system was being used to solve this problem. Laser beam was fitted in both machines and both lasers were connected through wireless. When a distance of 100 meters will be left between the two tunnels, both the machine will be shut down and the two tunnels will be examined with a rod to see that they are meeting each other or not. After 3 years of continuous boring, the final step was that the distance between the two tunnels remained 100 meters and a steel rod was inserted between the two tunnels. When the two tunnels were examined, there was only a 10-inch difference, and this was an acceptable difference. Now there was a tough test for the engineering team, and that is one of the machine had to be destroyed because 2 feet thick concrete slab were placed in both tunnel, and the diameter of the tunnel was reduced from 50 feet to 48 feet, and this sacrifice had to be made to England machine, and the England machine was turned toward the earth and buried forever. And after completing the remaining 100 meters of the tunnel, the French machine was disassembled and taken out. Here you must be thinking that why the England machine is buried rather than disassembled. So the answer is this question is the total cost of disassembling the machine is greater than a new machine. That's why the company sees in what it has more benefit. And finally, France and England could establish a land connection with each other. It was really a great achievement. To celebrate this, the tunnel was opened on 6 May 1994. The cost of the making this tunnel channel, according to the calculations, it is 12 billion pounds. 10 workers have died in making the tunnel. Today, about 60,000 passengers travel in this tunnel.